Okay guys, two in one night here. This is going to be the takedown. It's the first video I've made, a guy who's not actually in the top 10, but I've got number 20 here, which is, all due respect to our Asian kinfolk, but whatever name you want that to be, that's who we're going to be looking at here. Again, going with the TRM. First hit here. I wanted to show this one for a couple of reasons. Let me just pause that right there. As you can see here, one offensive statue, right? If I can click on it, which it's not where you can see the GBE over there on the, I think because the game is paused, it won't let me highlight anything. But you got one GBE. You can't really tell from the still shot, but 9 ice, I believe 3 are boosted. So it's 9 ice, but with 3 boosted, it's about the same difference as if it was a 6 boosted ice base. This is the infamous laser corner base, which TRM is so highly effective for. Now, once we get going here, in fact, I'm actually going to see if I can do this. Yeah, there you go. So you can only click on things while the game's in motion. You'll see, let me do it this way. So I'm going after this boom cannon here and the other one right here, right off the get-go. Now, as you guys have seen from previous attacks, a lot of times I will go after that shock launcher because when a shock launcher freezes your tanks, they're just kind of sitting ducks. The reason I went for the boom cannon right here is if you look at its range and you know the path that I take when I finish, which is to come down from the top corner through the shield generator, I can shock the boom cannon and the second shock launcher that are right above the HQ. But if this boom cannon is still alive at the end, when I'm running both low on GBE and my tanks are low on health, it would just annihilate my tanks. And so sometimes you go into a raid thinking, well, let's try it out this way. Not every first chance raid I have, especially against the global top 20, is always successful. But as the game says, you come with a plan, and hopefully you don't leave in defeat. So we'll continue there. I believe that was 2 barrage and 1 artillery apiece. So deploying the troops on the left corner, and again, sometimes you'll want to place them kind of in the center, sometimes you'll want to go for one of the edges, and it's basically how you anticipate the troops are going to be fanning out. I have no need or desire to be anywhere down near this cannon right here. No reason for me to take it out. As you see, it's not anything I need to worry about on my approach to the HQ. Hence the more left side deployment there. At this point, I think I've already lost the majority of those rifles, and so I'm just using now critters to distract. One thing you'll notice I often do, I learned from Max 2015, is when you're throwing critters to distract, obviously the defenses around it will aim for whatever you're throwing it at. But if you can throw critters behind, let's say you're throwing it behind either a cannon, a boom cannon, even a shock launcher, and I throw that spoke, let me just interrupt myself, I throw that spoke there because as you can see, they're starting to get in range of that boom cannon. But to continue my thought, if you can throw your critters in such a way that the defense, again, shock launcher, boom cannon, cannon, will turn, you're gaining that extra second where it's going to have to turn back in order to shoot at your troops. Whereas if you were to just fire critters right in front of something and then the cannon, shock launcher, boom cannon is already pointing at you, you lose that maybe just 1 second of extra distraction time. Okay, now at this point I'm feeling pretty good about this one because everything that I have to shock is in a grouping. For example, that cannon, this rocket launcher, and the boom cannon Obviously, these two defenses right here are going to share the same shock once it's down to shock these two guys. And because I took out the cannon that would have been right next to this, the cannon that was right here, the only shocks I'm going to need are the ones on this boom cannon and shock launcher. But you can see why TRM is so effective specifically against the laser with the HQ in the corner layout. I mean, this is 9 eyes. Granted, they're not all boosted. In fact, it actually looks like only 3 of them are boosted now. We can see it. But again, the 6 that aren't boosted basically is the same as having 3 that are. So this is the functional equivalent of a 6 ice boost base. Ran out of shocks there, but I had a little critter and an extra artillery there at the end. Flare this side because, again, no need to be here down by this guy. And at this point, pretty good. You can see a lot of the tanks are pretty low on the health, but I still think I had about half the tanks left. And that's kind of the approach. This is really the approach that Max was first making his videos on, because this layout, HQ in the corner, laser kind of in the center of all the defenses and kind of this square pattern. This is what, and Max probably learned it from someone else too, but it's what TRM truly excels at. You've seen me using TRM against the bases where the HQ is very, very close to the shore, and obviously I have proven that that's a semi-effective technique or troop combo to use TRM with. But this kind of base layout is where TRM really does excel. Yeah, like I say, guys, if you get those lasers or corner laser bases, by all means give this a try. It just works. Okay, Spartans Elite, I'm out.